Hello from North Carolina. I'm Michael Mauney. You're here in my studio. I wish I were there with you in Chile seeing this book presentation, but I'm not. On both of my visits to Chile in the past, in 1971 and recently in 2024, even though I don't speak Spanish, I felt at home in your country. And I wondered why. The first time I was on assignment for life to photograph the newly elected president of Chile, Salvador Allende. The second time in 2024, I was there to deliver the photographs of Allende to Chile, to your National Archives. This was not photographic reproductions, but it was the actual film that was in my camera, the actual Kodachrome film that I had in the cameras in '71. When Peter Moore and I came to Santiago, we had about a week, maybe a whole week before we got appointments to photograph Allende. I just remember going into this magnificent wooden paneled office with high ceilings, and there were lots of people there. The president was sitting at a desk doing business, writing, signing things. People were presenting him with ideas or asking him for money, probably for their projects. No one said anything to me, so I just started taking pictures. And what I realized is that Allende was ignoring me. So I got closer and closer. He continued to ignore me, which is the way I like it. And I thought, if Allende is this cool, I'm going to get some good pictures of this man. And I did, I think. Well, Peter and I eventually finished our story and took it back to life. We were disappointed because they only ran it for about 3 pages. And we had wanted a bigger spread and more pictures and more space for words. But because we thought it was an important story, we knew it was an important story. But for their own reasons, Life ran it for three pages, and I was disappointed and soon forgot about it. And anyway, the next week I was off on some other assignment. Eventually, the magazine sent me the outtakes. These are the pictures that they didn't want. So these pictures are the ones that were in my archives for the next 50 years. I always thought that those pictures were good. I thought they were important, and it never really crystallized in my mind that they really belonged in Chile, but eventually it occurred to me that they did. I just didn't know how I was going to get them to Chile until February of 2023, when I get an email from someone named Felipe Valenzuela. At first, I thought he was a friend of mine from Chicago who was playing a joke on me. But eventually, Felipe and I checked each other out, and we realized we were both real people, and we both had an interest in these pictures of Allende. Felipe and Lucho had an idea to do a book of these photographs that I presented. I didn't know about it. And when I found out that they were designing the book around the square of the 2x2 Kodak slide holder, that the book was going to be square, having the horizontal pictures in the middle, I thought it was brilliant. And I knew at that moment the book was going to be great. I really did. I don't know who thought of that idea, but I think it was Lucho. Sorry, Felipe, but I think it was Lucho. We were checking out the new Laminato after I had been in the old one, which was partly destroyed. One morning we were walking around, and I met Allende's personal secretary, Patricia Espejo, who was in her early 90s, who is in her early 90s now. And I hope she's there today. And if you are there today, hello, Patricia. We had a great time walking around together and talking about the days when I was there in '71. one afternoon in 24, I spent a great time in the archives. I met Soledad for the first time and got to meet Clara and Roberto and some of the archivists when we were looking at the pictures I had brought. And archivists love details in pictures. And I do too. When I look at the details, I can remember things I thought I had forgotten. But I remember feeling exhilarated by the chance to walk around the streets with these friendly people, these wonderful buildings, this exotic color everywhere, trying to record everything I saw and every person I met. And I realized there in the bibliothèque that afternoon why I felt at home. I was remembering the warmth of the people. And I think the warmth of the people of Chile is just something you can really feel. I would thank the people at Penguin right now. I would thank everybody, but I would thank the person at Penguin who decided to print this book the very best they could do it. And they went all the way to China. So I'm just going to say, I wish I were there today with you. I think this project has been wonderful. I am so grateful to have been a small part of it. And goodbye to you and thank you all.